box. I'm in school right now. I better know that I know God, because everything being taught ain't something that's going to agree with my spirit. I got to chew the meat and spit out the bones and understand, what did you send me here for? Take what's mine. Take it back to the people of God. So already, from the time I was born, I didn't fit in this box. I can't even move in this box. And guess what? It's not serving me in any way. It's not serving him. Only when people see me operate, only when people see you operate out of what God has put in you, can he be glorified and can he be revealed. So when they come upon me now, and they knew me then, and they say, you're doing what? That's God. You know how you used to be. You know what you used to do. You know where you used to go. And they see you now, and you blessing them, and you praying for them, and you prophesying to them, you laying hands on them, and they're recovering. That's God being revealed in you. Purpose. Vision drives purpose. So I don't need the box. Don't need the box. I don't need to put my mind in the box. And I'm sure not going to try to put my God in the box. So I declare from this moment, you will think outside of the box. If you'll turn to Genesis 15 really quickly. I'll show you where it is in the Word. Genesis 15. When you're there, please say amen. After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your reward, your very great reward. But Abram said, O Lord God, what will you give me, for I continue childless, and the heir of my house is Eleazar of Damascus? And Abram said, you have given me no offspring, so a slave born in my house is to be my heir. But the word of the Lord came to him, this shall not be your heir. No one but your very own issue shall be your heir. He brought him outside and said, look toward heaven and count the stars, if you are able to count them. Then he said to him, so shall your descendants be. The vision was already too big. Count the stars. God is saying, I'm getting ready to do this thing for you while you're still old, while you're still childless, while your name is still Abram, because I haven't changed your name yet. While your wife is still Sarai, while she's still old, and her womb is still barren. The vision is already too big. Already too big. So his mind couldn't comprehend it. And God has given some of you visions, you don't even know where to start. You don't have the resources. You don't have the help. You don't even, it just baffles your mind, because you don't even know, okay, what's the first thing? Okay, so what's the next thing? Okay, I don't have the money to do this. I don't have the resources. I don't have the education. I don't have the background. I don't have the help. I don't have the location. So what?
All right.
It's already too big.
It's already too big. Right.
You can't make it happen. And you keep reading the story, you'll see what happens when you start trying to help God in the vision that he gave you. You already know. You already know. And so let me say this to you. Stop trying to fulfill vision and purpose by taking calculated risks and governing yourself by linear thinking. So what do you mean by that? Okay, linear thinking is a process. Most linear thinkers think in order. How things happen and occur. Their thinking process is like in a sequential manner, right? It's like a straight line. Okay, if A happens, then B is going to happen. And after B happens, then C is going to happen. But the only thing about that type of thinking is it's limited. It's predictable. And it's logical. And some of you take calculated risk and you try to fulfill your purpose through logical thinking. Please stop that. You're going to wear your poor brain cells out. Because you are called and you are given vision and purpose by a God who's not bound by human logic. Who can know the mind of God? That's why the mindset has to shift. God says that A happens in X, Y, and Z. That will blow our minds if we try to figure it out, and we never will. So stop taking calculated risks. Because you'll say, okay, God, because I tried it. Okay, God, I'll go back to school if you make it so that the school is in Delaware. Well, there are no theological seminaries in Delaware. Okay, well, I'll go to school, God, if you make it on a route where I don't mind traveling. Well, not only did God put it about 43 miles away the first time, it moved additional miles away. Now I drive 54 miles one way to go to school to sit in class for 3 hours, and it takes me 2 hours to get there and 2 hours to come back. That is out of the comfort zone. Because logically it says, if I can get there in this amount of time, and I can do this, and I can come home and I can cook them. God said, ain't nobody told you that. I said, go. And he said, finish. And can I tell you, I have been thinking about, do I really need to do that? But I heard what he said. He said, you heard me. He ain't got to prove himself to me. You will finish. So when they moved the school an additional 10 or so miles away, I hate the Blue Route. Can I just say that? I don't like it. But I drive that thing every day that I need to go to school. And I sit in a classroom with kids that are young enough to be my own children who know everything. Or so they think. So linear thinking, logical thinking, sequential thinking has no place in what God is doing in you. He'll take you with a no degree and put you in a place where you need a degree. So don't get stuck there. He'll send you with no money in your pocket, your bank account, and no savings, anything, to a place, and he will give you favor unmerited and allow you to possess and have the things that he said that you will have. He will send somebody to you who don't know you, but has been inspired by God to help you and bless you in your ministry. Anybody ever wrote you a check for anything? Anybody ever just said, here, take this car. God said you need it. And can I tell you this? If you're that person that God spoke to do that, please move in obedience quickly. Do it. Pastor Bill Johnson wrote something that I thought was so good. And he wrote it regarding unbelief. He said, it has masqueraded long enough as wisdom. Unbelief has masqueraded long enough as wisdom. And it must be exposed for being the great sin that it is. He says, unbelief has the outward appearance of a conservative approach to life. Y'all know y'all people who like to be safe, right? You're not going to take any risk. I'm not judging you because I'm one of them ones too. I got to count the cost. While my husband, on the other hand, is like opposite. He says, we're going to the moon. I'm going, hold up, wait a minute. How much? Who's driving? You know how much fuel is? Okay, what type of vehicle are we going in? How long are we going to be there? How are we going to eat when we get there? That's me. His is like, God said it, let's do it, let's go. Never thought about anything else. But do you know that that mindset has its place sometimes in the things that God has called you to do? Because it's about divine timing, divine encounters. God says, I want you to walk out into that lobby and say your name 3 times as loud as you can. Maybe somebody's waiting to hear your name because God spoke to them something and they come to you. You just don't know. It's not going to make sense. It's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be convenient. And yes, it's going to cost you something. Purpose. Purpose. Vision drives purpose. And in your purpose, there will be sacrifice. Oh, let me tell you. Look at the woman with the alabaster box. There was purpose. God showed her her. She went and she poured out the expensive anointing to prepare him for his burial. There is sacrifice in your purpose. He goes on to say this about unbelief. He said, unbelief has the outward appearance of a conservative approach to life, but it works to subject God himself to the mind and control of people. You know, them folk always testing God. Lord, if you show me. Well, God, if this is your will, da-da-da-da-da. You know, I'll know it's God if da-da-da-da. Crazy stuff like, okay, if I see 3 white cars in the road on the highway, I know God wants me. He said it feeds off the opinions of others, all the while stroking itself for not falling into the extremes others have stumbled into. And what is seldom realized by those who live in such a religious trap is that an unbelieving mindset is completely unable to represent the power and the glory of Jesus Christ. When you don't move according to what God has called you to do, you can't represent him well. And you are kingdom women, you are kingdom men. So when people can see God at work in you, that's what the draw is.